Look, I'm going to be real with you. Most dealerships and car manufacturers, they're not exactly upfront about how to really take care of your car. Their maintenance schedules, they're mostly set up to get you through the warranty, not to keep your ride running strong for 300,000 miles. And honestly, a lot of the advice out there is either outdated, way too optimistic, or just plain wrong. So in this video, I want to share some brutally honest, real-world tips that'll actually help your car last way longer than what they want you to believe, and save you from those nightmare repair bills that come out of nowhere. Stick around because what you don't know right now, it's probably costing you more than you think. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. 1. Change your oil every 3,000, 5,000 miles, not 10,000. Forget what your owner's manual says about those 10,000 to 15,000 mile oil change intervals. Those numbers aren't about longevity, they're about getting your car just past the warranty period. I've actually opened up engines that strictly followed those factory schedules, and what I found was honestly heartbreaking. Thick black sludge baked onto every surface, cams all scarred up, oil passages clogged so bad the oil couldn't flow properly. Imagine burnt lasagna stuck under your valve cover. That's basically what your engine looks like inside. This sludge starves your engine of proper lubrication and leads to overheating, metal-on-metal wear, and eventually catastrophic failure. If you're running conventional oil, you want to be changing it every 3,000 miles to keep things clean and running smoothly. For full synthetic users, you can stretch that out to 5,000 to 7,000 miles max, but don't push it beyond that, no matter what the manual says. Yes, it might feel annoying or costly to keep up with more frequent oil changes, but think of it this way. Spending $40 or $50 now on an oil change is like a tiny insurance policy against a $4,000 engine rebuild down the road. Skipping or delaying oil changes isn't just lazy maintenance, it's actively baking your engine in sludge, and that sludge is basically your car's silent killer. So don't fall for the extended intervals hype. Be proactive, change your oil on time, and your engine will thank you with thousands of miles of reliable service. 2. Never idle to warm up. Drive gently instead. Think you're being kind to your engine by letting it idle for 10 minutes on a cold morning? Well, I hate to break it to you, but that old habit is actually doing more harm than good. Idling to warm up your car might feel like you're being gentle and giving the engine time to get ready, but in reality, it's quietly damaging it from the inside out. Here's what's really going on. Once your engine has been off for a while and it's cold, the fuel mixture is richer, meaning more unburned fuel is flowing through. After about 30 seconds of idling, some of that unburned fuel doesn't combust fully and ends up washing down the cylinder walls. This fuel acts like a solvent, stripping away the crucial protective oil film that keeps metal parts from grinding against each other. Instead of clean, slick synthetic oil doing its job, you get a diluted sludge-like mess that can't protect your engine properly. The result? Scored cylinders, worn piston rings, reduced compression, all leading to a rough-running engine and a motor that simply doesn't last as long as it should. And that's just the start. Excessive idling also causes fuel dilution, fouled spark plugs, and increased emissions, problems that chip away at your car's performance and efficiency over time. So what's the right move? It's actually pretty simple. Start your car, wait about 30 seconds to let the oil circulate a bit, then drive gently for the first couple of miles. This method warms the engine faster and more evenly than sitting still, helps the oil maintain its protective qualities, and avoids wasting fuel. Ironically, revving your engine hard right away is less damaging than letting it idle for long periods, because when you're driving, oil pressure builds and circulates properly, and the engine reaches ideal operating temperature faster. Bottom line, idling doesn't warm your engine like you think. Instead, it silently and steadily destroys it from the inside. So do your engine a favor, skip the idle, hit the road gently, and keep your car running strong for many miles to come. Drain and fill your transmission fluid every 60,000 miles. Most drivers don't even think about their transmission until it starts slipping, jerking, or making strange noises. And by that point, unfortunately, it's usually already too late to avoid major damage. Unlike engine oil, which most people check or change regularly, transmission fluid often gets overlooked. The truth is, transmission fluid breaks down quietly over time, without obvious signs. Even if it looks clean and red, by around 60,000 miles, it's often contaminated with clutch dust, metal shavings, varnish, and other microscopic debris. Think of it like liquid sandpaper slowly grinding away at the delicate gears and clutch packs inside your transmission. This unseen wear and tear accumulates faster than you realize, eventually leading to slipping gears, delayed shifts, overheating, and total transmission failure, repairs that can easily cost $4,000 or more. To avoid getting stuck with a massive bill, the smartest move is to drain and fill your transmission fluid every 60,000 miles, or about every 6 years, whichever comes first. If you drive a hybrid or certain high-end models, some manufacturers recommend longer intervals, sometimes up to 90,000 miles, but I wouldn't recommend stretching it too far. You're playing a risky game with a very expensive part. And here's a crucial piece of advice that most people don't know. Never flush an old or neglected transmission. While flushing can be beneficial for well-maintained transmissions by removing sludge and deposits, doing a flush on a transmission with dirty, degraded fluid can actually dislodge chunks of built-up grime that's been holding things together. This sudden movement of sludge can clog passages and cause catastrophic transmission failure within days or weeks after the flush. If your transmission has been properly maintained, a flush is generally safe, but if not, stick to a drain and fill service. And always use the OEM, original equipment manufacturer, specified transmission fluid, synthetic or conventional. Using the wrong fluid can cause seal leaks, improper shifting, and even damage internal components. This small maintenance step might seem like a hassle or an expense now, but it's one of the most cost-effective ways to protect your transmission and avoid those wallet-busting repairs down the road. Remember, transmission issues don't just sneak up, they creep in quietly, and the fluid is your first line of defense. 4. Use the parking brake every time, even on flat roads. Most drivers tend to skip using the parking brake unless they're parked on a steep hill, thinking it's only necessary to keep the car from rolling downhill. But that's a costly misconception that could seriously damage your transmission. Inside every automatic transmission is a small but crucial metal component called the parking pawl. This tiny piece locks the transmission gears to keep your car stationary when you shift into park. Sounds simple, right? The problem is, the entire weight of your car rests on this small part if you don't engage the parking brake first. When you shift into park without setting the parking brake, all the car's weight and force push down on the parking pawl, especially if your car is on any kind of incline or if it gets bumped while parked. Over time, this stress can cause the pawl to weaken, crack, or snap completely. If that happens, your transmission won't hold the vehicle stationary, and you risk your car rolling away, potentially causing serious accidents or damage. What's worse, repairing a broken parking pawl isn't cheap. You're looking at a transmission teardown and rebuild that can easily cost upwards of $2,800, a massive bill for what's basically a $1 fix using your parking brake. The solution is incredibly simple and takes just a second. Always set your parking brake before shifting into park, no matter where you're parked, uphill, downhill, or even on flat ground. Think of the parking brake as a safety backup that takes the stress off the transmission's delicate parts, extending its lifespan and protecting you from costly repairs. It's called a parking brake for a reason. Making this a habit might feel unnecessary at first, but it's one of those easy steps that pays off big time by preventing expensive transmission damage and keeping your car safe and secure every time you park. 5. Stop after the gas pump clicks. Think you're being smart by squeezing in a few extra drops after the gas pump clicks to top off your tank. That little extra squeeze feels like free fuel, right? Well, think again, because that extra gas isn't going into your fuel tank at all. Instead, it's flooding your vehicle's evaporative emissions system, which is designed to handle fuel vapors, not liquid gasoline. This system includes delicate parts like the charcoal canister, purge valves, and sensors, all engineered to prevent harmful vapors from escaping into the atmosphere. When you overfill your tank, raw liquid fuel seeps into the charcoal canister and saturates it, turning it into a soaked mess that can no longer trap fuel vapors properly. This leads to clogged valves, malfunctioning sensors, and an overall breakdown of the system. The result? Your car might throw a check engine light, fail emissions tests, or worse, leave you stranded with costly repairs that can easily run between $350 to $900. And that's not even counting potential damage to other parts caused by fuel flooding. It's easy to overlook because the gas pump happily lets you keep squeezing, but the truth is the first click is your cue to stop pumping. That's when your tank is full and everything is functioning as it should. One more squeeze after that first click isn't saving you money. It's prepaying for an emissions system repair you don't want. So next time you're at the pump, stop right at the first click. Your wallet and your car's evaporative system will thank you. Keep the tank above 1/4 to save the fuel pump. Running your gas tank near empty might seem harmless, or even like a savvy way to save money when fuel prices are high, but what you might not realize is that it's slowly killing one of your car's most critical and expensive components, the fuel pump. This pump isn't just a simple mechanical device, it's actually submerged inside your gas tank and depends on the gasoline itself to keep it cool and properly lubricated. When you let your tank run low, the pump is exposed to air, causing it to overheat and wear out much faster than it should. But that's not all. Running on near empty also stirs up sediment, rust, and debris that naturally accumulate at the bottom of your tank over time. This sediment then gets pulled into your fuel system, clogging vital parts like the fuel filter and injectors, which leads to rough idling, engine hesitation, and poor acceleration. These symptoms often get ignored or misdiagnosed until the fuel pump finally gives out entirely. When that happens, be prepared for a repair bill anywhere from $600 or even more on some models, because replacing a fuel pump is labor-intensive and costly. The fix: it's surprisingly simple. Never let your tank drop below 1/4 full. Treat it like an insurance policy for your engine's health and your wallet. Keeping the tank topped off not only extends the life of your fuel pump, but also prevents costly repairs down the line. Plus, in an emergency, you won't be stuck stranded on the side of the road with an empty tank. So make it a habit to fill up early and often. It's a small investment for big peace of mind. Flush coolant every 3-5 years. Your car's coolant isn't just there to keep the engine from getting too hot. It's literally the lifeline that prevents catastrophic overheating, which can cause severe damage like warped aluminum cylinder heads, blown head gaskets, and in the worst cases, a completely dead engine. Over time, coolant loses its effectiveness as the additives break down, meaning it can no longer properly regulate temperature or prevent corrosion inside your engine and radiator. Without fresh coolant doing its job, your engine runs hotter than it should, leading to metal fatigue, cracks, and leaks that are expensive to fix. That's why flushing your coolant every 3 to 5 years isn't just recommended, it's absolutely critical maintenance that protects your engine's long-term health. A fresh coolant flush removes rust, scale, and debris buildup inside the cooling system, restoring proper flow and cooling efficiency. One big mistake to avoid is mixing different types of coolant. While it might seem harmless to top off with whatever's available, incompatible coolants can react chemically, causing sludge formation, corrosion, and blockages in your cooling system that reduce its effectiveness and lead to overheating. Think of coolant maintenance like changing the oil. It's essential for keeping everything running smoothly and avoiding major headaches down the road. Ignoring it might save you a few bucks now, but it's a ticking time bomb waiting to cause engine failure and costly repairs. So make it a habit. Flush your coolant regularly, always use the correct type specified by your manufacturer, and protect your engine from unnecessary damage. Your wallet and your car will thank you. Track down coolant leaks immediately. Coolant doesn't just vanish into thin air. Unlike water, it doesn't evaporate from your reservoir or radiator. So if you notice your coolant level dropping, it's a clear sign that your cooling system has a leak somewhere. This isn't something to ignore or simply top off and forget about, hoping it'll magically fix itself. Doing that is like putting a band-aid on a broken dam. Even a slow, almost imperceptible leak can cause your engine to run hotter than normal, leading to warped cylinder heads, cracked engine blocks, and blown head gaskets, all expensive repairs that can quickly drain your wallet. Leaks can come from various places: worn hoses, a failing radiator, a cracked water pump, or even a leaking heater core inside your cabin. No matter the source, letting coolant leak means you're losing the very fluid that keeps your engine at a safe operating temperature. The longer you wait, the more damage accumulates silently beneath the hood. Your engine might start showing warning signs only when it's already too late. The smartest move is to act fast. At the first sign of low coolant, take your car in for a professional pressure test. This test pressurizes the cooling system to pinpoint leaks accurately, even the tiny ones you can't see. Catching leaks early not only saves your engine from overheating, but also saves you from shelling out thousands in repairs. Don't let a small drip turn into a massive catastrophic failure. Stay vigilant, stay proactive, and keep your cooling system sealed tight. 9. Catch weird sounds early. Don't mute them with music. When your car starts making strange noises, it's easy to just crank up the radio or pretend you don't hear them. But those weird sounds are your car's way of sending you an SOS, a warning signal that something's not quite right under the hood, in the suspension, or in the drivetrain. These early noises might be annoying, a squeak, a rattle, a grinding sound, but they're incredibly important clues. Catching these warning signs early can save you from serious trouble. Often, what starts as a simple, inexpensive fix, like tightening a loose belt, replacing worn brake pads, or lubricating a joint, can prevent a much bigger, costlier breakdown down the road. On the flip side, ignoring those noises or hoping they'll disappear can lead to catastrophic failures. What began as a minor issue can escalate quickly, causing transmission failure, engine damage, or suspension collapse that might leave you stranded or facing a repair bill that runs into the thousands. So here's what you should do. Pay close attention to the sound's timing. Is it when you brake, accelerate, or turn? Its location, front, rear, left, right, and any patterns. Does it happen at certain speeds or road conditions? Make notes or even record the sound if you can. Then don't delay. Get it checked out by a trusted mechanic as soon as possible. Remember, your car is talking to you. Those noises aren't random, they're a conversation. The sooner you listen and respond, the longer your car will live, and the less you'll pay in unexpected repairs. Don't let a little noise turn into a big expensive problem. 10. Check and clean battery terminals. Quarterly. Corroded battery terminals might seem like a minor, insignificant issue, but they can quietly cause some of the most frustrating and costly problems with your car. When corrosion builds up on those terminals, it interferes with the electrical connection between your battery and your car's systems. This can lead to a cascade of issues like difficulty starting your engine, inconsistent charging, dimming lights, and even strange glitches in your car's computer systems that control everything from fuel injection to safety features. What starts as simple corrosion can quickly spiral into misdiagnosed problems, causing you to spend hundreds on repairs or replacement parts that aren't actually the root cause. That's why it's critical to make a habit of inspecting and cleaning your battery terminals at least once every 3 months. The process is straightforward and inexpensive. Mix baking soda with water to create a mild cleaning solution and use a brush to gently scrub away the buildup on the terminals and cable clamps. After cleaning, dry everything thoroughly and apply a thin layer of dielectric grease or petroleum jelly to the terminals to prevent future corrosion. This protective coating acts like a shield against moisture and acid buildup, keeping your battery connection strong and reliable. By investing just a few minutes and about $5, you're protecting yourself from the frustration and cost of a misdiagnosed starter failure that can easily run you $900 or more in unnecessary repairs. Plus, clean, well-maintained battery terminals help ensure your car starts every time and your electrical system runs smoothly. It's one of those small, proactive maintenance steps that pays off big over time in reliability, safety, and peace of mind. Don't trust dealerships' urgent repairs blindly. Dealerships often have a reputation for pushing urgent repairs that may not actually be necessary. Many times, these recommendations are influenced by sales quotas or upselling tactics designed to maximize their profits, not necessarily to serve your best interests. It's easy to feel pressured or overwhelmed when a trusted mechanic or service advisor says you have to fix something immediately, but the truth is, not every repair labeled as urgent truly is. Some might be preventative suggestions blown out of proportion or issues that can safely wait a little while. To protect yourself from unnecessary expenses and stress, it's crucial to always get a second opinion before agreeing to any costly repairs, especially those labeled as urgent or critical. Don't be shy about asking for concrete evidence. Request photos of the damaged parts, detailed specifications, diagnostic reports, or any other proof that supports their claims. This helps you understand exactly what's wrong and whether the repair is genuinely needed right away. Being informed and assertive is your best defense against falling victim to common dealership upsell tactics. Remember, these places are businesses with profit goals, and sometimes the line between genuine maintenance advice and aggressive sales pitches can blur. Trust your instincts, ask questions, and don't be afraid to shop around or consult a trusted independent mechanic for a second opinion. By staying sharp, asking for transparency, and refusing to blindly accept every urgent repair recommendation, you're protecting your wallet and your car's long-term health. Most importantly, you're taking control of your car's maintenance rather than becoming a victim of high-pressure sales tactics. Don't let a flashy service center sales pitch drain your bank account. Be smart, be skeptical, and always demand proof. Final tip: always watch out for scams and avoid unnecessary dealership upsells by getting informed second opinions. Don't just take their word for it. Protect yourself by asking questions, doing a little digging, and staying educated about your car's needs. Bonus habit that pays off. If you live in a snowy or salt-heavy area, make it a habit to rinse your car's undercarriage every winter. Salt causes corrosion that can lead to snapped brake lines, rusted frames, and dangerous surprises down the road. A quick rinse now can save you from costly and unsafe repairs later. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more no-nonsense car advice, and drop a comment below with your own maintenance questions or experiences. Taking care of your car doesn't have to be complicated. I'm here to help you keep it running strong for the long haul. Stay tuned and drive safe.